Hello, Professor. Hello, everyone. And I would like to present our project topic, which is Stock Portfolio Suggestion Engine based on the CMPE 285 term project. So in our team, there are 4 members, Tirumala Sai Krishna, which is myself, and Shreya Komara, Shravani Naikoti, and Shivkumar Kondoru. So first we'll go through the architecture and then I'll explain about the features and then I'll be talking about the challenges that we faced in our project implementation. And then I'll be describing the extra features that we have worked on for this project. And then my friend will be talking about the test cases for the demo. First, we'll go with the architecture and then so the basic architecture is that the user logs into the stock portfolio suggestion engine via the web browser and the front end, which is built using HTML and CSS. And in the backend, we have flags along with Python. So the backend will be connected to the Yahoo Finance API in order to pull the data, which is relevant to stocks and all the information required for this project. So this is how our product architecture is built. Now coming to features, so we have implemented a couple of important features. The first feature is starting with the curated investment portfolio. So we created something called the investment portfolio by taking the input of investment methods and also the amount. And based on this, we recommend based on the distribution percentage. The second feature is the user can select up to 2 investing strategies from the list below. The list of options that we have given to the user is currently investing with integrity, investing for growth, investing in indexes, investing in quality, and investing in value. So these are the 5 kinds of different investing strategies where he can select and either one or until 2 options. Next, I'll be talking about the challenges that we faced during the project implementation. So currently we are making an external API call to the Yahoo Finance API, and this API will be returning us the different information about the stocks that we show to the user. And since we are making this external API multiple times, the calculation will be taking some time too long, and for the result to be shown in the UI will be delayed sometimes. And also recognizing the different sorts of investment methods has taken some quite challenge for our team since we need to understand how to map the different investment strategies and also the different stocks in order to get this project up and running. And also coming to build this project, we need to first understand how the stock market operates. And since we all of our team members does not have any knowledge on stock market, we need to first go ahead and we went ahead and got some basic knowledge to very deep understanding of how the stock market operates in order to create this project. And also while using Flask, our Matplotlib library was causing some issues while we were trying to set up this project along with the libraries. So these are the mainly 4 challenges that we have faced during our project implementation. Next, I'll be talking about the extra features. So when creating a portfolio, we will be using real-time stock values through the Yahoo Finance API, other than showing some predefined values that where they are stored in our project. And also the amount assigned to each stock and the 5-day historical portfolio is additionally shown to the user so that the user can have extra information about the stock and also the historical information about the stock. Also, we are also doing extra validations for the investment amount and also the investment strategies that the user select. So this will help us to backend to prevent any unfiltered data which is going from the front end. So this extra validation is also performed using our extra features. And also coming to the fourth extra features, we are also getting the top 10 related news to a particular stock this is created by getting the data through an external third-party API called as EOD historical data API. And coming to the last extra features, the user will be able to navigate to the Google Finance page in order to get more information about that particular stock and also other important parameters about that particular stock. So these are the extra features that we have implemented in our project along with the basic requirements that this project will satisfy. Now coming to test cases, my friend will further explain how we perform the different test cases and how the platform is behaving over the period.
Hello, so now let's have a look at how we can test our stock portfolio suggestion engine. So we'll be following this 10 test cases today for testing our app. So as you can see, the first test case, we are basically not providing any amount and then the expectation is that we get another message to select an amount. So let's go ahead and test this out. So as you can see, there's an amount to invest in USD. So here I'm not providing anything, and I'm going ahead and clicking the submit button. So as you can see, it throws me another message to fill out this field. So our first test was successful. Now our second test is about providing an amount below 5,000. So we have set a minimum amount of 5,000 for investment. So we can't invest an amount which is less than 5,000. So let's try this test case out. So if you enter like 4,000, as you can see, there is I'm getting an error message that the value must be greater than or equal to 5,000. Now, let's go to the third test case. So in the third test case, like we are investing an amount of $6,000, and I'm going ahead with the default strategy. So I'm not going to change anything. So by default, as you can see, the strategy that is selected is ethical investing. So I'm entering the amount as 6,000, selecting ethical or like leaving it as default value, and I'm clicking on submit. So we are allowing the stock portfolio suggestion engine to process this request and show us how the stocks are being purchased for this given amount. So this API, internally we are making use of the Yahoo Finance API. So but it sometimes takes longer time to process the request. So as you can see, these are the shares that has been bought. So we can see the shares of Tesla, and the investment type is ethical investing. And you can also see the amount of shares that have been bought and the amount of money that has been invested for each of these shares. So the shares of Tesla, United Natural Foods, Weyerhaeuser, and Alphabet Inc. has been bought. And you can also, we also show a pie chart of how of the stock distribution, of how the money has been distributed when the stocks have been purchased. And you on the right side, you can also see the overall portfolio trend over the past 5 days. So it shows us like how the stocks have performed over the last 5 days. Starting from $6,500, it went as low as 6,000. So it shows us this portfolio trend. Now let's move on to our next test case. So the next test case is about testing a negative amount. So the expectation is that you get an error message. So you're not supposed to enter a negative amount, as it doesn't make sense to have a negative amount as well. So now let's see what happens when I enter a negative amount, and I'm just going ahead with the same strategy. So it again throws me another message that the value has to be greater than 5,000. Now let's have a look at the next test case, the test case number 5. So in this test case, like we are trying to invest an amount of 6,000, and the strategy that I'm going to select will be growth investing. So let's try this one out. So I'll enter the amount to invest as 6,000, and then I'll click on growth investing, and then I click on submit, and I wait for the stock portfolio suggestion engine to process this request. And as you can see, the shares of Petco, Leondell, Nielsen, and Shopify has been bought. And like you can also see the amount that has been invested, the value of the share, you can see it, and also the distribution of the stocks, of like how it has been purchased. And also you can see the portfolio trend also for the last 5 days here. So yeah, so we're done with the 5th test case. So now let's move on to the next test case. So the next test case is about ethical investing and growth investing, where we are combining two different strategies. So we'll go try to invest using ethical investing and growth investing. So we are trying to invest an amount of 6,000 rupees. So let's see what happens. So I'll be selecting ethical investing and growth investing, and I click on submit button. So as you can see, the shares that have been purchased with both investing, ethical and growth investing. You can see it here. So the Tesla, United, and Weyerhaeuser, Alphabet, Petco, Leondell, Nielsen, and Shopify. So like you can also see the distribution of the stocks and also the overall portfolio trend for the last week. So this also looks good. Now let's go to the next test case where we are testing the input amount again is 6,000, and we'll be testing the quality investing strategy. So let's try that out. I select the strategy as quality investing, and then I click on submit button. As you can see, these are the shares that have been purchased. So the value of share price is 160 for UniFirst Corp, and the amount invested is 2,100. So you can also see the other stocks that have been purchased: Comcast, Bank of New York, Walt Disney, and also the pie chart of the stock distribution of how the shares have been bought. You can see it in the pie chart, and also the overall trend for the last 5 days. So now moving on to the next test case. So we'll be trying out again, we'll be investing an amount of 6,000 with index investing. I click on submit button. So as you can see, these are the shares that have been purchased with index investing. So we've purchased shares of Invesco, Vanguard, iShares, and you can also see the distribution, how the money has been used for buying these stocks, and also the overall portfolio trends here. Yes. Now coming on to the next test case. So it's about like we'll be investing $6,000 again, and then we'll be trying out value investing strategy. So let's try the prices again, 6,000, and then this time I'll be selecting value investing, and I click on submit button. So these are the shares that have been purchased. So Bank of America, Kraft Heinz, Davita, Verizon, and you can see the price distribution and also the overall portfolio trend as well. Now let's go to the last test case. So here we'll be trying a combination of ethical investing and quality investing with the amount of 6,000. So let's try this out. So again, 6,000 and quality and ethical investing. So this one is ethical investing and quality investing. Yes, and I click on submit. So as you can see, these are the shares that have been picked up. So there's been shares of Tesla, United Natural Foods, UniFirst Corp, Bank of New York, and Walt Disney. And you can also see the distribution of how the stocks have been purchased, and also the overall portfolio trend for the last 5 days. And that comes to the end of our testing. So thank you so much.
Hello, and now I'm going to talk about the extra features that are implemented in our project stock portfolio suggestion engine for CMPE 285. So the first extra feature I would like to talk about is the stock link which we are providing here. So when I click on this stock link, it takes me to the Google portfolio page where everything is integrated at a common place. So when I click on this one, it opens the Tesla Google page, and here you can see some important information like the current trend of that stock, and at the right side you can see the previous close, the market cap values, and this is about the company Tesla, and the left side it's about the latest news that is pulled from the financial services that provide guidance to the investors. And the last column talks about the important financial parameters that are required for to determine the future price of the stock, and it also indicates the polarity and the forecast of the stock. So this is about the first extra feature we are providing. The second extra feature I'm going to talk about is the latest stock news. When I click on this one, it takes me to a custom device page here. We have designed it by pulling the top 10 latest news from a third-party API. So here this is the title and this is the content of that one, and this is the time when it got published, and the last column is related to the sentiment analysis of the stock. So when you see here, the polarity indicates if it is in a positive trend or a negative trend that is going on for this stock currently, and the negative score, the neural score, and the positive score are some important parameters that are used in sentiment analysis for estimating the future price of this stock. So by seeing this, a potential investor can understand if it is going in a positive trend or a negative trend, and he can make his decision whether to invest in this stock or not based on this data. So that way this will be very helpful. And the third important feature we are extra providing is this pie chart. We believe that reading a text data may not be easy for some users, so providing it in a visualization format will be easy to understand. And here you can see the Tesla and the Alphabet stocks are the money was distributed equally among these two stocks, and it was the same for United and the other stock as well. And here at the right, this is the fourth extra feature we are providing. This is the overall trend of all these four combined stocks, and as you can see, it's on a negative trend over the last 5 days. And this chart, it talks about only the previous 5 days. So here you can see it's from 15th May to 22nd May, and this stock seems to recover after 21st. And seeing this, user can easily identify the trend of the stock for building his own portfolio. It will be easy for his understanding. The last extra feature we are providing is we are calling a real-time API for fetching the values. So it's like real-time data. As you can see, this value here, this is the current stock price of Tesla, and this is for Alphabet, that is Google. So we are pulling it from Yahoo Finance API. So this is the fifth extra feature. That's all about the extra features that are implemented in our project. Thank you.